welcome to Iceland Roundup.
Hi.
Hello.
We have a guest on the show now who is Jói, a staff writer, journalist for the Reykjavík Grapevine.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, Jói.
Thank you, and I'm honored to be here.
You were literally, what is the word for this? Dragged in here.
You couldn't drag him.
What is it? What do you call the thing where you like get people drunk and then put them on like a whaling boat?
Are you referring to Shanghai?
Shanghai.
Oh.
Yeah, you were Shanghai.
Like, yeah. Press ganged.
Press ganged, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Join the Navy, they said. See the world, they said.
And now I'm being sodomized with a peg leg.
Right. All right. So Alastair, we had apparently had a very...
What did Churchill say about the Navy? Rum, sodomy, and the lash, or something? The only things they've given English culture. Rum, sodomy, and the lash. Yeah.
Is this how you usually open the episodes?
With very difficult jokes.
I'm just
Or
trying to
references
set the tone, and then
Okay.
in like a half an hour there'll be a callback to this joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another Churchill thing on I think sodomizing, which was kind of funny, which is that it was brought to his attention during the war that a couple of servicemen had been busted sort of in a park somewhere in the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
Commenting
Having good,
sodomy?
clean naval fun.
Yeah, and it was like -20, and his only response to this information was, it makes you proud to be English.
Yeah. The dedication.
Anyway. Alston is away. I was trying to explain just earlier that we apparently had a discussion about whether or not we were going to be recording this week, and
Did we?
I don't know, maybe in his head, but I don't remember.
Oh.
His memory is probably better than both of ours. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say I don't usually watch your episodes, so
Thank you.
So being in here, I'm learning on the fly.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So Alston is not going to be here. I'm not going to be here next week, so maybe we should actually take the Monday off.
Okay.
So no show next week.
Yeah, good to know.
Alston, I spoke to him earlier. He was sorry not to be here, and he was
Not as sorry as he will be.
he was recovering well from his 30-mile run on Saturday.
Always an excuse.
Great excuse.
Yeah.
This is the same race you participated in.
Yeah.
But still, here you are. So
Yeah, we're both okay. It's not.
You have like
exactly-
one less child than he does, though.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe that's like the tipping point.
And my dog went to a dog hotel
okay.
for the weekend.
Yeah, discotheque you said.
It's like a dog discotheque.
Yeah, how does that work? I was very curious. What do you?
There was like a dog hotel at the old army base in Keflavik.
Oh, awesome.
They have, I don't know. I
Just
didn't
military fatigues for the dogs and
basically. Yeah.
Order a lot of room service. Rum, sodomy, and the lash.
I think
first call back.
Yeah, first callback. Yeah.
I think basically that sounds about right.
Okay.
A lot of barking when I arrived. It looks clean and safe, but there's a lot of partying going on, I think.
Oh, what's like the military itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Looks clean and safe.
They keep that shit under wraps. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
Don't
show
ask,
you what.
don't tell.
All right. It's still, I mean, news is still pretty slow, but we do have something.
Oh.
Parliament is coming to an end after weeks of filibustering.
Yeah.
Because the news wasn't slow enough, so they decided to just stop what they were doing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Which leaves, I mean, they had been talking about the same thing for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it
That's not unusual for them, though.
Yeah,
is
it's kind of a.
It's kind of
In this
unusual.
case,
it was a
it's
record.
it was a record. Yeah.
So.
What did it cap at? Like 170 hours?
Something which
on one bill, or
yeah, I think they had at least a full. Was it 1 or 2 weeks? Or it was like something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a lot. 170 is like a full month.
I think the record was like approximately 160, and then they just kept going.
Yeah,
They were very adamant on
Filibustering
breaking
the
the
hell out of
record.
this.
Yeah, and that too. Yeah.
What held the record previously? Was it like whether or not to bring Keiko home or
I wish.
no?
I believe it was something regarding like the third energy packets, or
Oh God, I remember that.
or
Yeah,
like
Let's
would
not-
not shut up about all the energy packages.
Yeah.
Let's not reminisce on that.
That seemed like it went on for longer than this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's because it's even more boring.
Yeah.
But so what happened now is that the ruling coalition decided to use a part of the law that organizes how debate happens in Althingi to end the debate.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular part of the legislation has been used twice before, if I'm not mistaken, since 1944. This was in 1949 and 1959. So just happy to get that trivia out there. But one should point out that until 2007, the laws on how much debate a bill could sort of have were changed. So back into before 2007, so from 1944 till 2007, each parliamentarian would get 2 speeches for each round of debates, and there are usually 3 rounds. But there was no limit on how long they could speak. So they were in some filibustering. Previously, people would actually have to like really camp out there, and I don't know where they would piss or shit or whatever, but they would have to stand there and talk hours on end. So it would be like a physical restraint on how much filibustering you could do.
Yeah.
Then in 2007 they changed the law and they cut the discussion time for each speech, but they made the speech, the number of speech each parliamentarian could give endless. So you can now just take rounds. You have 5 minutes, and then somebody else takes over, etc. And you just keep going and keep going and keep going.
So it's much more a mental challenge to keep filibustering than a physical one, as opposed to how it was.
There
Because
is.
you have to put up with all the other parliamentarians. You mean?
Yeah, and you have to organize.
Yeah, and you have to convince yourself that this time you step up to the pulpit or whatever. You're really gonna make a difference. So.
Yeah.
With your cake recipes and or stories your grandpa told you.
Or reading out loud from some random book or report. So I would say that the filibustering back before 2007 had at least the sort of elements of becoming much more fun. Because if you have to stand there for 12 hours, the shit you're going to be pulling is going to be pretty fucking weird. You're going to get tired and say some stupid shit. So it's at least some entertainment involved eventually.
Would have made for a better blooper reel than the stuff going on now.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Like, we haven't seen any sort of eye-catching headlines in the last weeks. About the actual sort of content of their speeches.
No, I have no idea what they're saying in these like 5-minute sprints they have to do, but it's something not completely insane enough to be.
Does the media even try to get people's attention with like the minutiae of what parliamentarians say? Like they have to like lose a leg in live broadcasts for people to even like sit up in their chairs.
Well, Inga Sæland only needed to do. This is the Minister of Housing and Social Affairs. Inga Sæland only needed to dance off camera for it to make MPL headlines at least.
Yeah, and there was this whole thing about Jón not wearing jeans. I remember.
Yeah,
he really ate that up.
Yeah, that was a good thing.
But one thing about this whole
filibuster.
The decision to outlaw it essentially is that its colloquial term is like the nuclear decision, the nuclear option or something.
I'm pretty sure
things way more interesting and sort of dramatic at the same time.
Yeah, we gamble with lower stakes here in Iceland than most people would believe.
They call it the nuclear option, which is to like vote on ending a debate for a bill, which they did for this bill.
After talking about it for 170 hours.
Yeah, after 170 hours, and it's being framed as some sort of like a watershed moment in the history of.
Yeah, and the opposition is screaming about the authoritarian regime there you live under.
And I mean, you can say to an extent that it's definitely some sort of watershed moment that you have sort of a parliament where you can't reach a consensus on ending that year's parliament. That's kind of a new thing. Whether or not there was any chance of having a consensus is up for grabs. I mean, the opposition didn't seem very interested in even having a discussion about the bill itself and amending that. They instead proposed their own bill on the fisheries, which is just a gigantic fuck you, basically. So you can kind of like have a lengthy debate about whose fault this is, but it's definitely a watershed moment to an extent. But at the same time, you have to also consider that no other Western European country has endless debates on bills. Like these just take end. You can't sort of filibuster bills out of existence elsewhere either. Yeah. So this is not exactly like unusual elsewhere.
It's another one of those kind of baked in things here that just assumes people aren't, drooling lunatics or like unbelievably huge assholes, which is an assumption that we may or may not be able to afford to make in 2025 or in coming years. Right. Does it seem like this new government is kind of, they're going to try to change the way shit gets done a little bit? They're not trying to sort of, go the path of previous centrist administrations that they seem sort of dead set on.
Yeah, I mean, I
really
guess
making an impact.
I guess this particular bill on raising the fisheries fees is definitely kind of that kind of a bill. They really want to...
It came along at the right moment for them to sort of make a pretty poignant...
Yeah, and the whole debate about it has been, in a way, strange, because the atmosphere, like with the public, is that, 85 or 90% of the population supports this bill. So it's kind of a strange exercise to see the opposition opposing a bill that is just generally popular. So it doesn't seem like
doesn't the opposition just oppose whatever the government is doing?
Yeah,
it's
but
they devoid of any imagination.
They have never done so with as much sort of persistence and energy before. So it's kind of makes this peculiar, even more so in a bill that isn't really like dividing the nation at all.
But your point, Sindri, absolutely holds. I mean, in the majority of cases, the opposition just opposes whatever the government says. Yeah. But like in this case, like you said, Jónti, 85 to 90% of the population supported this bill. So what they were essentially doing is they were somehow, by opposing this so vehemently, they were uncovering themselves as, essentially being opposed to the will of the majority of the people in the country.
Yep.
To an extent.
Yep.
And that's something that they didn't really. I mean, from an outsider's perspective, after this decision was announced and made, and the discussion came to an end, I, like most people, took to the comment sections of Facebook to take a...
We were all there, just admit it.
To make like a cursory temperature check on how the people are reacting to this. And surprisingly, the Facebook comment sections, which are usually the most sort of batshit insane place on the internet, they were
really wrong.
They were
stuff.
They were surprisingly coherent and like legible. They were like, I mean, this is obviously most of what I saw was like in the direction of like.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's stop this.
Most of the people in the country want this, and
gives you hope for our country that this is just like because the Independence Party and the right wingers, they're always like claiming that like we are the people and like we built this country and like this is for the good of everyone, but it's just this is like finally one of those issues where it's just like, you know what, your time is over, like this, you had your shot. And like I'm not saying they didn't contribute to the welfare that we now enjoy, but like it's time to let someone else take over.
Exactly. It highlights the contrast, in my opinion.
Someone who's not literally seeping corruption out of every pore in their body can now have a shot at running the country.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
We're done with
long
the
enough of a filibuster on filibustering. There is the news reported this morning that there are sort of like there are chances that we might break the heat record for Iceland today.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 1939 heat record of 30.5 degrees Celsius might fall today.
Sorry, how high?
30.5.
I'm guessing that was in Akureyri or.
It was actually like in the east, just kind of like where it was. What's it? Berufjörður or somewhere around there. Yeah.
Within the.
It's in the east.
Entrails of the Laugafljótsormur.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's kind of like.
You know, it gets hot in there.
Yeah, it gets hot in there. So it was in and around Kirkjubæjarklaustur and a little further east.
Yeah.
That was in 1939. That's a while ago. So that's something to look forward to. I mean, 2/3 of the show are wearing shorts right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I don't know what your excuse, Sindri, is, but you are not wearing shorts.
It's the 1/3 of this show that had to take an electronic scooter here. And shorts, you need a little, more protection.
Especially if you fall.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I never fall. I'm not an idiot.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
I did fall off one once when I was drunk.
Yeah,
It would have gone fine if I wasn't like trying to eat like a wrap as well.
That's so you were driving one-handed?
Yeah, and I had like the wrap and went flying and like banged my hip and some kid came in like, "Oh, dude, are you okay?" And I like looked and I saw that the wrap was still in one shape. I was like, yeah, I'll be fine.
Success.
I'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't trust those
those
things.
Yeah,
I love them.
I think they're gonna kill me eventually. I've been hit by one.
Yeah.
While running.
Okay.
Yeah. I also banged my hip without ever having the pleasure of writing the thing.
Or eating a wrap.
Or eating a wrap.
How painful was it?
It's okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
5.
5?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe 5, 4.
Yeah.
A
car hit me on one once.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like giving me a hard time. It's like, you should be wearing a helmet. It's like, motherfucker, you should be like not hitting people on scooters. But I'm not here to judge your behavior.
That's the only reply.
Yeah, 30.5. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get there today, but we might. It's.
I mean,
it is high summer.
The east always surprises you.
Yeah, I know.
When I take a look at the weather forecasts and it's like gray, raining, and like 12 degrees in Reykjavík, and then is that? Oh, it's 25 fucking degrees and clear skies and sunshine all around.
Getting tanner than you, having more sex than you,
I mean,
why aren't we there?
That's the whole thing. Like, why the hell is the capital of Iceland right here?
Yeah,
because fish, man. It's just like the answer to every shitty thing.
Is that the reason?
Isn't it?
I don't know. I think it's more accidental than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, there isn't like the harbor here isn't even that good.
Where is a good harbor?
Hafnarfjörður?
Yeah, I mean that is basically. It's part of the same area.
Akureyri, I think.
Like I hate to break it to the literally dozens of offended Icelandic people that may or may not be listening to this, but Hafnarfjörður and Reykjavík are sort of the same place.
Don't say that to this guy who lives in Hafnarfjörður.
Well, I'm originally from Reykjavík, so in my opinion, the more time I spent in Hafnarfjörður, the more before moving there, I was on the same page as you, Sindri. But after spending more and more time there, I feel less so. Yeah, I feel like this is more of a separate thing.
Your identity is changing.
It's a different vibe.
No. Yeah, it's a different vibe, and just it's people have described it to me as being like it's sort of being in in a small town in the country, but with all the
all the Domino's pizza you can eat.
All the luxuries of being in
all the traffic jams you can
and all the traffic jams and related injuries and so on and so forth. Yeah,
it's real pretty there.
Yeah, it's a nice town.
I like that the Lækur there, the stream, the creek. They didn't build a road over it, and it's just still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Because there used to be one through Reykjavík, right? And they just built a fucking street.
Yeah.
I think it would be so much nicer to get rid of that street and just have a creek there again.
I agree.
Like you guys do.
I agree.
I'm afraid it would be a bit of a shit creek, though.
Shit's Creek?
I mean, we already have. There's so much shit in the duck pond. It's just like phenomenal levels of duck shit.
How much more shit can
scientists come from around the world to see our legendary duck shit.
Yeah, it's an incredible amount of duck shit. I would not dive.
Maybe there'd be less duck shit if it's like flowing out into the ocean.
I think it never really worked that way. I think there was just inflow.
It was just like a dam of shit slowly piling up.
And the whole thing is just what's the word for a mire? Mire? Oh.
Yeah.
Swamp.
Yeah. Swamp.
Marsh.
It's a swamp. Mire is like an nice English word for it, right?
Yeah, I mean it's roots in the same word as mire, obviously. Yeah.
Speaking of things that grow in mires or swamps,
Reykjavík. We're going to talk about Parliament some more.
No, the city of Reykjavík has declared a war on a specific type of plant. Risakvön, or what I googled and found out is called the giant hogweed.
It'd be really embarrassing when they lose. Wait a minute, is that kind of big green ferny plant that smells kind of licoricey?
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, so there are
low battery.
They smell nice.
They smell nice.
But those are that's like my favorite weed. I love those.
So
I love a yard just completely overgrown with those.
There are more than one types of them. So the giant one is poisonous and can blind you.
Seriously?
Yeah. So they're kinda.
Well, that's not nice.
No. So they
can't we just release some do some sort of PSA
don't touch the
mayor can go on TV and say like, please do not stab yourself in the eye with
if you see
with a giant hogweed.
If you see a risakvön,
hogweed,
call this number.
Yeah, just look the other way. just keep walking.
Call this number that never picks up.
But I thought they were supposed to have medicinal properties.
Yeah, so there are two types at least. Okay. There is a giant.
If you hate seeing things, they will cure that.
Yeah, there's the giant hogweed, which looks exactly identical to the normal hogweed, but it's bigger. Mm-hmm. And those have some poisonous properties, and the others don't. So there's that.
Yeah. I just can't have nice things in this town.
No. Well, the weather's nice.
Today, yeah.
Today, yeah.
Doesn't that sort of invite regular people sort of not knowing the distinction between these two? The one that blinds you and the one that doesn't? So that people start exterminating the good one?
Yeah. So I think like if they do that, we won't run out of hogweeds in general in this country. Okay. So I think it would sort of not.
Tell that to the seagull population.
I mean, when World War III breaks out and shipping stops, like we'll have to eat something, and it'd be nice to have two varieties of weed, including one that makes you go blind.
Or maybe
want to go that route.
Or maybe like if civilization has declined to such a point that it might kill you, and you might actually be happy about that.
Yeah.
You know, like actually a solution.
Yeah, for real.
It's like I
feel like there's so much people mess with their gardens too much. It's just like all the mowing and all the weeding, just like leave that shit alone.
Yeah, that's what
who are you trying to impress?
That's what the city sort of
recommends. Yeah,
recommends at least in some
I
places.
Saw that. There was like a PSA like don't rake your leaves too much in fall because like there's bugs need that shit.
And the people of Gravo absolutely hated the recommendation.
Yeah, and they went out
tracks.
They like. I was unaware that the people of Gravo had kind of a sort of any sense of unity, but apparently they have enough unity to hate on.
They have
mowed grass.
The unity is based on external
enemies,
oppression from the city of Reykjavík, from the authoritarian city government. Who,
They will rise to the challenge and mow that lawn.
Yeah, they truly are like the Texas of the greater Reykjavik area. They're like, we can just have our own countries. It's like, yes, please do it. Please.
Oh.
Leave us. Leave us.
Stop skewing our, vote percentages on shit. Reykjavik norður my ass. Like Reykjavik. That's a country town. Like that is the country town of the greater Reykjavik area.
Yeah. So we had a hotel shooting over this weekend.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, at the Black Pearl, which is I think where
Jack Sparrow
resides. It's down the street from here.
Has Johnny Depp been arrested?
5 people were arrested and then
It's
released.
nothing to do with this news story. I'm just asking if he's been arrested.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, all right.
I mean, what could he potentially be arrested for?
You
Drunk
name
driving?
it. Yeah. Pick one.
Drunk driving.
Why not?
I mean, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You were telling me just on Friday. Actually,
Rum,
about
sodomy, and the lash. Sorry.
Second call
Yeah.
back.
3 reasons to arrest Johnny Depp.
You were telling me on Friday, Jonte, about the shack that used to be on the site, or the same site as the Black Pearl Hotel is.
Oh yeah,
It used to be
Skipperinn.
yeah.
That definitely insert rum, sodomy on the last there. The skipper.
Used to be like a
So
hovel.
one for each hole.
We were talking about this on Friday, that there is still a bar on Laugavegur called Monaco, which has been there since I first came to Reykjavík as a late
Wee
teenager.
lad.
Real.
Yeah, with a wee lad, and it's like a proper sort of dive-y bar. It has its regulars.
The fact that it's still there is kind of astonishing.
It's astonishing.
Really.
Like it's like in a town that has completely shapeshifted in the past 20 years.
On the main drag.
This thing is still there, and
Yeah.
it still serves the same array of customers. It's surprisingly clean, if I remember correctly.
I think the cops just like having it there, so it's not far to go.
Yeah, it
when
seems
they
like
gotta pick some people up.
But it seems kind of civil. People show they're up like early in the month, and they drink out, I think, probably all the money they get from the government, and then they don't show up for the rest of the month or something. But it seems to be kind of a civilized operation as far as that goes.
I remember stopping there to have a beer, like on my way somewhere, and just like everyone really surprised. Like I walked in and people were like,
Who the fuck
"Yeah,"
are you?
it's like I'll have a beer, and it was like 3,000 or something. It's like the most expensive beer I've ever bought in my life. It's just like just stood there drinking, and everyone was like looking at me.
No.
It was kind of like Deliverance feel to it, just like, well, thanks. And like all the conversation died like the whole time I was there, and
Just
I
stared at you?
Yeah, I just like left.
Wow, this reminds me of when I was working in a a warehouse. Sorry. And I was in the cafeteria for lunch.
A warehouse can be a cafeteria if
Yeah, and I'd been there, like I'd been working there for like a week, and finally somebody came up to me and said, hi, welcome to, the warehouse. My name is so-and-so. So what's your favorite Premier League team? And I was like, I don't watch football. And that was the last conversation I had in that workplace.
yeah, it's like you're done.
You're done.
Get the hell out.
But yeah, there used to be a lot of dirtier, sweatier places, and my 2
there were a few.
favorites were Kaffi Austurstræti, which was down on the main street, and then
Heroin
Skipperinn,
Central.
where this now fancy hotel is at.
Yeah.
These were properly like hellish, disgusting places.
But in contrast to the Black Pearl, there was never a shootout at Skipperinn.
Yeah, say what you want about, junkies and bums, but they're not.
They were relatively
Yeah,
peaceful.
Nah, they didn't even. I don't think they even stabbed each other.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
they just brawled, and that was it. Too drunk to
Good old fashioned.
I mean,
drunk to fuck.
it's like when your liver is,
around. Yeah, when your liver is kind of swollen out of your
you don't really have the strength to kill people.
No. And I mean, if somebody stabs you in the liver, it might actually be a relief.
Oh, thank God.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway,
But any details on this hotel
No more
shooting?
details on the
No
story.
more details,
I have no
just-
idea what the fuck
just-
took place there.
A gun was fired.
Yeah, people were arrested and then
wild, though.
released. 5 people.
Where do you, it couldn't have been a tourist if they had a gun.
That would be very unlikely and weird. So I assume not. But
No, I mean, it's bananas. Like, whatever unfolds out of this is just like, they don't really have shootings here.
why would like 5 locals be hanging out with a gun in a very expensive hotel?
Why would 5 locals, actually be at the Black
None
Pearl
of this
Hotel?
makes it
Well,
none of
this guy
makes
likes to drink at hotel bars, and it is quite nice actually.
I am also like a lad from the country, so I like shooting guns while drunk. So
That's
this
true.
might be maybe
Yeah.
I kind of relate.
Yeah, we went to that hotel bar on my birthday, and we were like, hey, can we sit here with you guys? And I mean, it was a 50-50 chance that maybe they could have whipped out a gun and be like, no way, man.
Fuck,
Yeah.
get the fuck off out of my hotel bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck off my pearl.
Yeah.
Get the fuck off the pearl.
Arr. Never went inside.
I mean, I guess, like, given the name, they should have expected some violence there eventually.
Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to prove.
At least it wasn't the canon.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like it's nice though. Like, I kind of respect them for having kind of a badass name. Like, most of these hotels are just like, they read like AI generated hotel names, just like what is the most vanilla, crowd pleasing, like boring name for a hotel we can possibly come up with, and they're like the Black Pearl. It's kind of like I gotta hand it to him. Like that's some badassery.
That is, I hope
they don't change their name because of all this.
Yeah, I hope Johnny Depp stays there the next time he's in the country.
Is he even allowed in here?
I don't know.
No, he's been cancelled.
When they eventually go...
The woke police at Keflavik won't let him in. I'm sorry, sir, you've been cancelled. That's how we should be deciding who gets in the country. That would be,
like, you've been cancelled, you cannot enter Iceland.
Yeah.
A great system.
Yeah, who would... I mean, I have no idea who... Like, I guess no Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey is cancelled, yeah.
Yeah, no Kevin Spacey. Is that the end of the list?
Probably a few more.
I have like the stupidest set of principles about this shit. Like when I'm reading books, right? And if it has like a lot of characters in it, I get like names confused. I start like picturing characters as like different actors that I know, right? Just so that I can remember who's who, because like you have a better memory for faces, especially if it's like, like actors that you like. And I refuse to like head cast Kevin Spacey in any roles in the books I read just because he's such a piece of shit. It's like he doesn't even get the privilege of being in my imagination. Yeah. Even though, like, in his prime, he was a pretty good actor.
Sounds like the Keflavik woke police has taken hold of your mind.
Well, like a lot of good things from Keflavik.
I was going to say, when the Black Pearl ultimately goes bankrupt and they re-emerge with a new social security number, my money is that they will just go full into the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, just be named like
Davy Jones Locker.
Davy Jones Locker, wouldn't that be kind of like one of those like
Foot Locker?
No, like a pot hospital.
Yeah, the pots.
Like, you sleep in a actually kind of a locker.
It's too on the nose, Jonty.
Davy Jones Locker. Yeah, a bit too hard. But I mean...
Yeah, I mean, if it was called, like, the Flying Dutchman, then that's, like, a bum bar for sure. Like,
yeah. That's definitely a place where you keep going even though you've basically passed out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That kind of a thing. Just go. So I guess we're just going to go a bit short this week. Unless you guys have a different news story in mind. But I do have a few listeners' questions we could get to at the end of this.
Yeah, I love those.
I can also prove myself ridiculously wrong by making a Euro 2025 prediction.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
That will not come true.
Yep, go ahead. Who's going to win?
Well, if I predict England's going to win, I think they're going to lose. So that would be good, because I want Spain to win. But I can say with like almost 100% certainty that the final will be England-Spain.
All right.
Okay. When are the finals again?
They are, the 23rd or something like that of this month? Yeah. I want to correct some things I said wrong last week. I said that Spain were men's world champions, which of course they're not. Argentina is the men's world champion. Spain are men's European champion, and the women are world champions.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
Yeah, they have the chance to be 3 out of 4 this year. So that would be pretty cool.
So
you got any news story you remembers from this week?
I remember no news stories.
From this week.
Sorry?
No, never mind. I said everything. From this is weekest.
From this is weekest.
This episode will be entirely in Pig Latin.
I mean, there were a few, but nothing that I have the details on to report at this moment.
Not having details has never really stopped us before.
Well, that's good to know, because if I'm going to be here in greater capacity, that I need to just raw talk this more.
Yeah, bring it on.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
So there was, speaking of details, there was actually a story about the fact that I can't remember which organization did it, but stats on tourism accidents have actually finally been compiled.
Okay.
So there is now some statistics you can actually get about injuries, deaths, and etc. And where they occurred from 2000 until today.
Okay.
So this is finally online. Whilst before these stats were not specifically.
Is this another one of those statistics where Iceland is world leader per capita?
Nobody's told, like they just got the raw data up, so nobody's like checked whether or not we are like the worst or the best place to go.
Oh, I'm curious to see how many injuries the hop bikes.
Yeah, that statistic doesn't exist either. No, that's
pay
not
good money for that not to be released, I think.
There should be a statistic for it, but there isn't. So the only information you can get on that is just anecdotes from people who work in the hospital system. And since I know a few, I don't use the hop bikes.
Mm-hmm. Good on you.
The anecdotes are rough.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tourism.
Yeah, so there's no statistics on that. So, you know, you can see by geolocation where incidents had been reported.
Heat map.
Kind of like a heat map. Not the kind of like, not like a Strava heat map that gives away like the game and in terms of, I don't know, the security of international leaders or
gives
something.
away critical security infrastructure.
Yeah, or where like a forward-lying army base in Afghanistan is or something like that. Nothing like that, but it does sort of tell you like things about, I guess, what are the most popular places
to get
to
shot.
No, like people go a lot to Mount Esja, and that's where you have like most of the sort of accidents, not necessarily the fatalities, but some of the accidents, and that's just because a lot of people go there.
Right.
It may look unassuming, a forgettable mountain, but it is a vicious killer. Vicious killer of men.
Well, I mean, people have a range, variously sort of, they're variously skilled hikers, I guess. So you can end up in a bit of a problem there if you're not used to slopes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that sort of.
I mean, it's something that, you know, a lot of the locals would find weird, but it's still a thing. I mean, a lot of people have grown up somewhere, I don't know, in the Midwest or something, and never seen anything steeper than I don't know what.
A tall boy of domestic beer.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of possibility.
I mean, there is this sort of sense of invincibility that bleeds off some of the tourists that come here, that they can just like cross streets without looking, you know. I don't know why. It's just there's something about, I mean, I guess I could guess why. Like, Iceland seems very harmless, like it is this little like Disneyland village, but yeah, like you can literally die like within like viewing distance of downtown.
Yep. It is. We are living on the edge of the inhabitable world to an extent, and nature can be brutal here.
So can the hot bikes.
And I mean, we talked about it, especially the hot bikes. And I mean, we talked about it a lot on the show, like, you know, Highlands in the winter, even in the summer, can just out of the blue kind of decide to just go, to go just nuclear on you.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, people have died on sort of popular hikes in the middle of summer because they just, out of the blue, you had a blizzard.
Yeah. Right.
So it's, you know.
Yeah, so this is actually going to be a fun read, this statistical.
Well, at least we know now what, you know, some of these things. And that's at least gives us an opportunity.
If you ride a hot bike in the Highlands, you statistically should be dead.
Yeah.
Like several times over.
I wonder when they'll expand their service to catching a fit or something.
Picture like a hot bike with like chains on the tires.
Huge wheels.
I was once driving from Borgarnes, which is what, 80 kilometers from Reykjavík.
Oh.
This is years ago.
Where they make the donuts and the mayonnaise?
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was just on the road just outside of Borgarnes on the way to Reykjavík, and I just passed, like a guy just passed me on the way to Borgarnes on a fucking hop.
Okay.
Bike. going as far as you can on those things. Just like wearing normal clothes, and the weather wasn't that great.
It's like a hack. If you do the Hvalfjarðargöng, they lose you on the satellite.
Yeah,
so
you
don't get
the
charged
ride
for
free.
I was thinking, like, how does this even still have batteries? So like, made me ask questions that I have not asked myself about the range of these things. But
maybe he was on a scientific
expedition.
expedition to find out.
Maybe
it was a plain-clothed member of staff.
Yeah.
A operative.
Well, let's take a few listeners' questions.
Yeah, please.
Since we're at it, and then clock out.
Love those.
So let's begin with Barb Mac UK 4803. When I am reincarnated after this life, I would love to be born in one of the Nordic countries. Why should I choose Iceland? What makes it a far better choice than Norway, Sweden, Finland, or Denmark? Please give me your best arguments.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. I always sort of, whenever I visit, I've never visited Sweden or Finland, but I've went to Norway and Denmark. And after coming home from Denmark, I'm become more and more convinced the fact that living in Iceland is just living life on like a hard difficulty mode, while living in Copenhagen or Denmark in general is like more or less an easy difficulty.
It's like a god mode or something.
Yeah, just like being in Copenhagen, things are just incredibly smoother than Reykjavík, for example. Yeah. So I don't have any good reasons why people should be.
I have a good reason.
Iceland.
I have a good reason, which is based on your reason, which is like it's a lot harder.
Oh.
And some people's constitution works in a way that they seem to need sort of the wind to be blowing in their face to function.
Okay.
People just need sort of difficulty.
Yeah. I mean, I guess all
if you are robbed of that difficulty, you'll be completely miserable. This is why I think Oslo had a heroin problem in the 90s.
Yeah,
because
the heroin capital of the north.
Yeah, because there's nothing for you to fight for anymore because everything is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have that kind of sort of built-in constitution, Iceland is fine for you because the problems have not been solved.
Living here is like being a heroin addict, is what you're saying.
Kind of. So that would be, I think that's my best argument. Like if you need some sort of
adversity,
this is your place to go. If you are afraid, you will just simply fade out and wither away when not everything works out.
It does seem like mainland Scandinavia sort of has all the perks of here, but better, and not as many of the downsides. I guess the one thing that we have over them is like less violent crime, maybe.
Yeah.
But even that is sort of gradually shifting.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of share some of the statistics, the alcoholism, the depression, a bunch of different things. But out of all the sort of institutional stuff, we tend to be worse.
Yeah.
Like everything we have is sort of nominally Scandinavian, but kind of doesn't.
It's a half-hearted stab at being Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Sort of. It's the best effort. We've done remarkably well considering our geography. But I think
we've done well per capita.
Per capita, yes.
We do great.
Yeah.
Per capita.
Yeah, we're the best at everything per capita.
Jesus Christ. Okay, here's another one. This is from John Marone, 4250. Why has the Catholic Church not made Bishop Jón Arason a saint? So for those who do not know, Jón Arason was the last Catholic bishop of Iceland. He was executed in 1550, ushering in the Lutheran Church.
Three answers to that. It's rum, sodomy, and the lash.
So I would point out, my first thing to point out is that, first of all, he lost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do they usually make the Catholics ones the saints if it's the Lutherans they're fighting?
And maybe not. And then second, when he was executed for security reasons, they also executed his 4 sons. Mm-hmm. And he was a Catholic bishop. He probably should not have had the 4 sons, which I assume is problematic if you want to gain sainthood, that you were,
So the
rum, at least.
The answer is he probably wasn't pious enough.
Neither successful nor pious.
No.
From my understanding, and I admit it is extremely limited, of Catholic sainthood. Like usually, this is if you're a martyr, it's if you were fighting, the Muslims or something like that. It's not like you don't fight Lutherans and get made a saint.
No, it's better if you're fighting off pagans.
Yeah,
so I guess
Romans or something like that.
Like Olav Tryggvason, the saint of the Norse church, he was christening Norway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We went about christening with a vote, not with violence.
Yeah.
So we don't have any saints. I think the violence is required and has to be against
I guess
group that is
if you're looking for that kind of vibe, I mean that would be one reason to be reincarnated as an Icelander as opposed to the other countries. Is there are no saints here. if whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing,
Yeah, the band All Saints was not formed here.
Ain't saints.
But that gives you also
no
the
saints.
opportunity to strive to become the first saint, perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean that's one way of doing it. How would you? Well, I mean there are more pagans now than there were a while ago, so maybe you can. No, let's not go there. So
Holy War.
Holy War.
Deus Vult.
Yeah.
So Jennifer Persinger, I don't know, 420. Okay.
40-20.
40-20.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was 420.
Yeah. Question seems too coherent.
I'd love for you guys to do a true, honest review of museums in Reykjavík. Which ones are worth it? Which are overrated? The Punk Museum, Penis Museum, Perlan, etc.
The Penis Museum can go fuck itself. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. If ever there was a joke that just, went on for too long.
You're going balls out on that one.
Yeah.
So, I would say...
No, thank you.
I would say... So, I don't know.
Most of the art museums are...
I would say the art museums.
Very good.
I would say the Reykjavík art museums, of which we have what, 3?
L or 4?
4?
Can't remember.
They are all excellent. The Iceland Art Museum is pretty great.
Mm-hmm. The gallery.
The gallery, I think it's called.
It's very confusing in English sometimes because
gallery is not a museum and etc.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And
I think it's called the Icelandic Art Gallery.
And then we do have both the city and state museums. The National Museum, which is nearby downtown, is pretty great because it does a really good job of sort of condensing the 1200 years of Icelandic history into sort of like a manageable thing to go through.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's well curated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate I really kind of like the Settlement Museum, which is run by the city, which is just downtown too, which exhibits the remains of a longhouse from the 9th century. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Simple, sweet.
I quite like Perlan. I used to not like it, but I've sort of come around.
What's going on at Perlan right now?
They have
is it still the water
glacier cave?
They still have that going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I didn't hate it. I thought it was pretty nice.
They have something akin to maybe not IMAX, but some sort of widescreen theater for the Northern Lights, like a documentary on them or something like that.
Okay.
Which is a pretty good way to see the Northern Lights in summer.
Yeah, and just is a relatively nice time, and they got a cafe with a great view and stuff. So I don't think any of that stuff is overrated, except for the Penis Museum. Honestly, those are the only loser on that list.
I think you're being too harsh on the Penis Museum. I think it's definitely a novelty thing to see once. And then never again.
Yeah, you don't even have to go in there, really.
It's just a bunch of dicks, I guess.
It really is just a giant bag of dicks.
I think I have to say this joke. So it's such a terrible joke. So the Penis Museum used to be in Húsavík in the northeast of Iceland, which is also one of the greatest places in Iceland to see go whale watching. And I was here with a bunch of American friends, and I didn't really want to go whale watching, so I sent them on the whale watching tour themselves and just hung out in the car while they were there. And then we were going to go to the Penis Museum. And my joke, the only thing I could come up with, just sitting in the car for 2 hours, was like, so guys, from Moby Dick to Moby Stick.
Oh my god.
Got no laughs.
Nice.
No laughs whatsoever.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's a weird freaking museum. The punk museum is fine. I have no.
I've never been.
We should go. It's just right there.
Yeah,
but
it's small.
I'm told it's kind of expensive.
Okay.
For like how small it is, but I don't know. That's
everything.
Just,
everything here is.
Everything is expensive.
Everything here is outrageously expensive.
Yeah. Another note about the Penis Museum.
Yes.
I remember like a couple of years back, whenever you typed something into Google Maps or Google, you got this little box of information that says like the location and like the opening hours and whatever.
And
it
how
said
far
like,
away.
And then it also so it set the location, the address, and then it gave like a point of relevance or reference, yeah. And constantly, whenever you search for things like downtown, like for example, Althingi or this the burger joint or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It always said like 2 minutes away from the Penis Museum.
Yeah.
7 minutes away from the Penis Museum.
So
the Penis Museum is the center of
Reykjavík. Yeah, everything was referenced.
Look at a fucking map. It's like always like Penis Museum. It's just like people are interested in Penis Museum. It's just like fuck off with the fucking Penis Museum. It's such a terrible thing.
It's like like you said, it's one of those theme places that have gone too far.
It's also like
what would make it like almost bearable is if it was also like a restaurant, like you could go and eat there.
I think they have like a cafeteria. You can go do that.
What would you eat there?
Balls.
I don't know. They could serve fucking Pringles. Like, I don't give a shit. But like, if you would go there, and I'm not just mean like a cafeteria area. Like, you could, like, it would be like Hard Rock Cafe, but instead of like rock memorabilia, it would be like the penises. Like, you were sitting there with them, and it was everywhere. I feel like if this was mainland Europe, and we could actually have nice things, that's what it would be like.
I feel it would be like a menu
this, like,
of
overpriced, gym locker full of animal dicks.
And the menu would be the biggest sort of selection of sausages available.
Yeah, you could get like a really, really big hot dog there.
Or a nice Weisswurst or something.
Yeah. The whale wurst.
The worst of the whale.
The whale wurst.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of museums that are basically sort of a facade of like a
personal collection
that has really sort of gone
out of control.
And I think the Penis Museum is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Like there should have been an intervention at some point, like a family thing where you go like, I think, like you got the horse penis staff.
Because it's like he'll die, and this is what people will remember him.
Oh, he has died.
Oh,
he
is dead. Yeah,
continued this thing.
Yeah.
And then it was the corpse brooches or whatever. The náubrækurnar.
Oh yeah. The Sorcery Museum.
Oh, that's at the Sorcery Museum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But there are like there's the biggest rock collection in Iceland. It's definitely
Iceland is a rock collection. Yeah, it's just like what the fuck.
That's definitely a hobby that.
Again, it wouldn't offend me if people were charging fucking 10,000 krona for it,
And then like the car museums around Iceland, they're all like like hoarding.
Yeah.
Like you're trying
Here's
to like
a bunch
put
of garbage I couldn't get rid of.
It's like a case of trying to like put a good face on hoarding. You've like really outdone it, and you're like, no, I'm opening a museum. I don't have a problem.
That's 95% of museums in Iceland. That's the War and Peace Museum in Hvalfjörður also.
Definitely,
one of those. It's like
case of that you've gone
you've amassed
too far.
Too much.
Is it just copies of War and Peace?
Yeah, I hope it's like what I hope they have there in that World War II memorabilia museum is like the eBay purchase history of the guy who runs it. I would like to see that in a box. Or like in a
framed
binder.
Yeah,
the binder. It's not framed, it's too fucking long for that.
So that's his theme that he's going with. War and peace.
I think
this is how specific he could get with
I think
exhibits.
it's war.
I think it's mostly war.
It's just war.
Yeah.
Okay. War museum. All right.
Yeah, it's but I don't know what the piece is, but
they have a peace sign outside.
They have a piece of war and the piece is
peace sign on their building.
I got nothing. Well,
that's our honest reviews of Icelandic museums.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, Jennifer. I guess we're gonna be off next week.
Yes, we are.
So I hope we'll see you in 2 weeks, unless somebody else is on vacation and we can't scramble to fill the room here with people.
And we can always fill the room.
Maybe we should actually have a discussion the day prior to recording to see if anybody's in town next time.
I think
sounds like a good
we used to do that, and I feel like maybe that was a good idea.
Yeah, not a terrible idea. Not the worst.
In any case, this has been a pleasure. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Great. Yeah.
Should do this more often.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's good. It was good. All right. We've been Iceland Roundup, trying to round up the news in Iceland.
And we still are.
We still are. Good to see you guys. Take care. Thanks for listening.
Have a pleasant 2 weeks.
Have a pleasant 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Happy high temperature day.
Yeah. I'm going to go home and sweat.